Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the first video that I'm making for this channel and I'm so excited. It's gonna be a book haul and these are books that I've accumulated from December 2022 to January 2023. So it's quite a lot of books. Some of them I don't have with me physically, but I'll insert a photo, and some of them I've already finished reading and some of them I've started reading, so it's all exciting and I'm happy to share it with you. I hope this channel continues to grow this year and I'm just happy to be here, so let's get on with the video. So I wanted to start off with books that I was gifted. So these two books are from Andrews McMeel Publishing. So usually they publish poetry books, but they gifted me these two little pocket books. So the first one is The Little Book of Manifestation by Astrid Carvel, and I actually already read this on the plane, so I have some tabs in it, but I thought this was such a perfect intro book for someone curious about manifestation. So it covers like the history and different techniques. It covers topics like vision boards, affirmations, frequencies, and I found it all super interesting and it was such a quick and easy read. So I'm definitely trying to look for more resources and information about manifestation. And then the other book is called The Little Book of the Occult by the same author. So I had to look up what occult was, but basically it's associated with the secret knowledge and practices that deal with supernatural or psychic phenomena. So it's another perfect little beginner book. Intro to tarot cards, rituals. It's just also like another form of manifestation, I guess, like being able to achieve your dreams and discover more about yourself. So I'm interested to learn more about it because I really don't know what this is about. Unlike the manifestation book, I had a little bit of idea what manifestation was, but this I completely am new to, so I'm excited to see what it's about. So I went to Paris in December and I went to that really popular bookstore called Shakespeare & Co. And it was so cute. I was able to get some photos and videos, but then someone told me I wasn't supposed to, so I had to stop. But it was just such a cute little store and they had a reading room upstairs. So I was just so glad to be there. I got their infamous tote bag, but this is the limited edition version, so it's a navy blue. I'm pretty sure the original version has the same like graphic and same font and everything, but it's just on an off-white natural colored canvas tote. So this is the tote that I got. I ended up wearing it the rest of the trip and I love this tote so much. And then I was only able to get one book because my luggage was too small, but it's called Dear Dolly by Dolly Alderton, who I adore. I love her memoir, Everything I Know About Love. And when I saw this little part right here on love, life, and friendship, I knew it was going to be sort of similar themes as her memoir. So topics would include like families and friendships, dating, social media, love, loneliness, all those topics, and I really did enjoy her memoir. I'm not gonna like say any details about it because I feel like I talk about it too much, but I also love essay collections. So this is a collection of essays. This also came out pretty recently, and I think it's still on pre-order for the US. So I think it's not really available in the US until March, I believe. But I'm just so excited to read this book. Now I'm gonna move on to books that I got from the Barnes & Noble hardcover sale. So I love that sale. That's like my favorite day of the year. I remember when it happened the year prior and I was just having a ball. So I got 4 books in total. So the first book that I got is called Places I've Taken My Body. This is a collection of essays, and like I said, I love essay collections. So it's by Molly Mccully, and she basically just talks about living within the limits of her body since she's had cerebral palsy since she was born. And she talks about her travels like in the US and in Europe. And some of the common like themes or topics are on disability, body, religion, like her religious conversion, and missing a twin, which I thought was super interesting when reading this, and poetry. So if you're interested in any of those topics, I think you'd really like this book. It's a fairly fast-paced and quick book, but I found it to be very like poetic. So I love her writing and I really enjoyed this one. Next book I got from the sale is called The Intersectional Environmentalist by Leah Thomas. And it's basically another beginner's guide, but it's on creating environmental change. So if you're interested in learning more about sustainability and protecting the people and the planet, this is definitely a book for you. It includes an intersectional lens, and I love this book because it is full of resources. So she recommends a ton of different podcasts, articles, books, and videos. So it really just gets you wanting to learn more. So I enjoyed this book a lot as well. The next book I got is called Eating While Black, and it's by Psyche A. Williams-Forson. So as you can tell by the cover, this book is about food shaming and race in America. And this book caught my eye because I study food and I'm actually working on a thesis that covers food othering and food policing. So this is generally what this book is about, but it centers around how Black people eat. So there's a lot of history in this. I did already read it and I tabbed a few things. And what's exciting is I get to review this some more while working on my thesis, but also because it's actually in the syllabus for one of my classes. So I'm excited to revisit this book in the near future. So the last two books that I got from the sale, I actually couldn't bring with me. So I'll just insert like photos of the books, but the first book that I'll mention is called Inciting Joy. It's another essay collection. I believe the author is Ross Gray or Gay. I'm not too sure. I'll double check in the photo, or you can look at the photo. But I basically just picked it up because the title caught my eye and it was another essay collection. And I believe the description said something along the lines of like joy as a means of survival, but also as a means of solidarity. So I just love essay collections, so I'm excited to read this one. And then I also got In Defense of Witches by Mona, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, Chollet. I hope I said that right, but I've been wanting to read this book all of last year because a lot of people were raving about it. It's basically about women who were accused and like killed for witchcraft. So it talks about like 3 specific types of women who were accused for witchcraft and who were persecuted, and how that kind of translates into women today and feminism today, women who are often like oppressed and harassed at the current present day. So I'm excited to read both of those books as well when I go back home and get a hold of the copies. I'm gonna move on to the books I got for Christmas. So I'm gonna start off with what my sister gave me. First, she got me this book called How to Kill a City by P.E. Moskowitz. I have been seeing this around in a lot of places, even on TikTok, so I'm excited to read it. It's about gentrification and inequality. So this book looks at the root causes of gentrification and what it contributes to. And I also looked at the table of contents, and it has specific case studies on different cities like New Orleans, Detroit, San Francisco, and New York City. So I'm excited to read this book because I feel like it really pertains to what I study. I mentioned that I study food, but if you're interested at all in like suburbanization and neoliberalization and how those two like operate to maintain gentrification, I think you'll really enjoy this book as well. The next book I got is called Walkable City. I can't remember the name of the author, and I also don't have it with me, but I'll insert a photo. So I've also been wanting to really read this book because it is about urban planning, and I took an urban planning course, but specifically in relation to food systems. I took that back in undergrad and it really got me curious, so I'm excited to dip my feet back into that topic and learn more through this book. So basically the book talks about how cities can thrive by having more sidewalks and mass transit, just really focusing on the walkability aspect of urban cities. So I am looking forward to any practical advice or solutions that the author might include. So we'll see if there's actually like a list of solutions. So I am just overall excited to learn about this topic some more. The next book my sister got me is called Gastronativism by Fabio Parasecoli. So this book, as you can tell, is about food identity and politics. And like I said, I study food, so this caught my eye immediately. And the thesis I'm working on directly relates to this. And another reason why I wanted it was because my professor is actually quoted in the back, Mccully. So she actually coined the term gastronationalism, which directly ties to gastronativism, which is the ideological tool that sort of delineates who belongs to community and who doesn't. So thinking about boundary maintenance. And I am super excited to finish this book. I just went through the intro. I think it pertains so much to my research interests, and this book is also a required reading for one of my classes. So I'm glad that I asked for this for Christmas. The last book my sister got me is called Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. So I saw this all over TikTok, which is why I asked for it for my Christmas wish list. People were just saying how much it changed their life and how much they love this book. So I wanted to give it a go because this year I really want to focus on investing in myself and becoming my most magnetic self. So I figured this book would be a good start for that. It covers topics like meditations, frequencies, consciousness, brain chemistry, like our energy fields. So I am super interested in those topics, and I really want to focus on me this year. So if you're interested in like a new self-help book or a spiritual growth type of book, I feel like this is a good one to hop on because so many people are talking about it, and it's also nice to kind of be in the loop and engage in that public discourse. 2 more books left. These books I got from my friends. So I'll start off with this one. It's called California Soul by Keith Corbin. So I think this is a memoir. So this author talks about like how he grew up. So he grew up in LA and how he's pretty much been cooking his entire life. So I read that this book was about more than just like cooking and food. It's also about different topics like prison politics, the gang hierarchy, like drugs and drug addiction and drug dealing. So I thought this would be like a really jam-packed, interesting book. And also this author is now like a really well-known head chef at like one of the most popular restaurants in the nation. So I'm just excited to read this. I'm from California, I grew up there. So this book caught my eye when I saw it at the bookstore, and shout out to Ari for getting it for me. The last book I got is called Lighter by Young Pueblo. Shout out to Christina for giving me this book. I am excited to read this because I really adore this author. I have 2 of his poetry collections, Inward and Clarity and Connection, which I both really enjoyed, but I saw this on the shelves of the new nonfiction section, and this book is basically about getting a deeper understanding of ourselves. So that involves like meditation and trusting your intuition and healing and developing more emotional maturity. So I'm really excited to see what I can learn from this book. And this whole year, like all those things really resonate with me, like meditation, working towards a more compassionate self. And I am just excited to have like a lighter, freer, more feminine energy. So we'll see where this book takes me on that journey. So the frame probably changed a little bit because I forgot to mention 2 books that I didn't bring with me, but I already read them. I bought them at the beginning of the year. They're 2 poetry collections by the poet Yesika Salgado. So I first read her collection called Corazon last year, I believe it was, and I absolutely loved it. And then she also has the 2 other ones that I just got Hermosa, and Tesoro. And her collections, like all three of them, they're a trilogy. Her collections talk about her life, love, family, her body, the city that she grew up in, which is LA. And I just feel like she has a way with her words. It's so beautiful, and her writing always gives me comfort, and it's so powerful. I also love the relatability aspect of it because she grew up in LA and I also grew up in that area, so when she references a lot of places, I'm like, I know where that is, or like, I know exactly what she's talking about. And I thought that's such a beautiful thing, very intimate, and I just recommend it, especially if you live or grew up in LA. I recommend purchasing all three of those books. I rated all three of them like 5 stars. So definitely pick those up if you are interested in poetry. So that concludes this video. I am so glad that you guys decided to tune in and click on this video. Welcome to my channel. I hope to make more videos about books and maybe other things as well, but I'm just really grateful to have the chance to be able to read and gain more knowledge. I'm grateful for all the books that I've gotten, all the books that I was able to purchase. So I wish you all happy reads this year, and I'll see you soon. Bye!